Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Dorma number F9300 series exit device. The device that I have happens to be an F device, which is a fire-rated device. And we'll go over an overview of the 9300 in general. This is, of course, the bar end, and this is what it looks like when it comes out of the box. The head case is not installed, but it's a very simple, very straightforward and intuitive installation. This being an F device, you're not going to have any cylinder dogging. That's just going to be a cap that's there, and there will be no internal structure for for hex key dogging either. I said cylinder dogging earlier. I meant hex key dogging. You can't have any sort of dogging on a fire-rated device. This device is shown in stainless steel. Its scratched surface that you see, of course, is just the peel-away protective film that's all over the body itself of the touchpad assembly. I'm going to put this down and show you the business end of this exit device, and that, of course, is the head case. Laminated plates. That when that's put together into the case will allow you to simply operate the unit. Basically, it's just going to fit inside of there. There's a couple of screws that's going to hold that head case on, and then you're done. It's that simple and straightforward. Dorma, the hallmark of Dorma is that their paperwork, their devices are simple and straightforward. They're very well thought out, engineered pieces of hardware. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend a grade 1 device like this from Dorma on really any project whatsoever. Triple laminated plates, heavy duty pins everywhere, deadlocking tab when that's properly installed and retracted, held back during a normal installation, that will allow you to deadlock that bolt. Okay. Now let's go over a summary of the 9300. First of all, it's a grade 1 device, and the 9000 series from Dorma is their line of grade 1 devices indeed. The 9000 series exit devices reliably secure egress doors in compliance with all applicable fire and life safety code requirements. Wide and narrow style versions are available for high impact applications, available in rim, mortise, surface vertical rod, concealed vertical rod, configurations in both fire-rated and panic device versions or non-rated. A delayed egress option is available on this as well. They are available in all of the architectural finishes in addition to painted finishes. Let's take a look at that quickly. 605 finishes, 605 for polished brass, 606 for satin brass, 611 maybe polished bronze, that's a guess, 612 satin bronze, 613 oil rubbed bronze, 619 satin nickel, 625 satin, pardon me, polished chrome, 626 satin chrome, 630 stainless steel, which is the unit that we've got here, 629 polished stainless, 689, 691, 693, 695, 696 sprayed finishes. Light bronze, dark bronze, aluminum, brass colored. They'll even do designer finishes or custom finishes as well. The 9300 is specifically the device that we're looking at here. This is from their 9000 series, their rim device, not the mortise, not the concealed or surface vertical rod devices. Back to the overview of the device series itself. The wide style, which is what this is, a wide style device, versus a very narrow head case that will allow you, and of course, cover and head case that will allow you to install it onto a very narrow style door. A great hallmark of the 9000 series, and specifically the rim, is that you can handle 3 different door ranges depending on the letter after the device when you order it. This happens to be the B device, and the B device versus the A or the C device is going to allow you to handle your common doors, 36-inch doors. The A model is going to be for doors from 34 inch to 48 inch. The touchpad length is going to be 24 and 5/8 on the A model. This again is the B model. The B model is for doors from 28 to 36 inch and is going to feature an 18 and 5/8 length touchpad. Okay, so you'll be able to do with the standard, the B device, your 3-foot doors all the way down to 2'4". But then you can do a C device, which is for 25 inch to 30 inch doors, and that's really where the good part of the Dorma device comes in, because you can get down to very small doors. You might have a scenario where you have pairs of doors that lead out to emergency exits on a stairwell. 80-year-old building in Chicago, going to have lots of these tiny little doors. And your options really are to go with a crossbar device that will allow you to trim that bar down, but you might have pairs of 2'4" doors. Well, you can get a modern touchpad style device from Dorma and fit it onto those doors, and that's the key part of the 9000 series device, that you can work with very small doors. In the 9300 series device, you're going to enjoy a non-handed capability. Field reversible, can be trimmed down in the field. Non-fire rated devices will allow hex key dogging or cylinder dogging. You're going to be able to handle a variety of electrified features like electric dogging. You'll be able to handle that remotely. You'll be able to do things like electric latch retraction. You'll be able to handle things such as monitoring of the touchpad itself, so you'll know if it's been depressed. You'll be able to handle variants such as delayed egress. You'll be able to do motorized latch retraction. You'll be able to do electric latch retraction option with a battery backup sort of scenario as well. So a full featured device when it comes to electrified options as well. Very robust sort of unit that is very heavy duty and full featured as well, and will work on a variety of a complement of different doors. You'll be able to do a variety of exterior trims, escutcheon plates with knobs, with levers, cylinders. You'll be able to adapt a rim cylinder and a handle right to the base model itself, a full complement of exterior trims. Obviously, the ability to run a variety of different cylinders on both the exterior of the device and, of course, any sort of cylinder dogging that you'll do inside as well. You'll be able to have a variety of options like glass kits should you have a full piece of glass installed in the door with a standard metal vision frame trim. You can build that off with a shim kit to be able to do that. Obviously, a variety of different screw packages, security screws, through bolts, sex bolts, through bolt and grommet nuts, things of that nature. This being the F version, you will of course have standard sex bolts that will come with this. That's going to be normal with a through bolted, with a fire rated device, I should say. The other device types, the 9100, 9400, 9500, 96, 97, 9800, your vertical rods, your mortise style, your ability to do a narrow head will give you all of those features as well as you will on the, of course, most common rim device. A variety of different listing and approvals. Grade 1, that's meant it's tested to 1 million cycles. UL and CUL rated for up to 3-hour applications. UL 10D, UL 10C. California code, Title 19 compliant as well. The mortise devices are going to have the Dorma ML 9000 series, which are, of course, grade 1 rated as well. Handicap accessible, which is very important, the ability to get a handicap compliant device as well. You don't really ever think the amount of pressure that it takes to open a device, but there are those that are not handicap compliant, and there are, well, meaning there are those that are not tested for handicap compliance. Dorma offers a barrier-free version of their exit device as well. One thing that I like a lot about the Dorma device is the very long warranty. 10-year mechanical warranty, 2-year electric warranty. That deep range of door sizes from 2'1" to 4 foot wide. The ability of the manufacturer to account for a variety of custom finishes as well. The installation instructions that are included with the device are incredibly straightforward, and a hallmark of Dorma is page 1. They go through all of the parts that you ought to have. So you'll initially want to be able to review that and say, do I have all the pieces necessary? They're going to get into an overview of the handing of the door. We're going to get into dimensions of where vertically you locate it, and 40 and 5/16 from the finished floor to the center line of the rim device is very common, very typical. A small amount of range is there, but 40 and 5/16 is very typical. The back set to apply to the edge of the door with or without a mullion is all detailed. How to go about basically applying the template to the face of the door, which of course is back here, marking your holes, drilling your holes, dependent on the trim that you're using, if any. They get into trimming the device down should you need to, attaching the head case to the touch bar assembly, making sure that that is all level. Other details of operation that may be optional, like cylinder dogging. Any sort of electrified options are all in here. Delayed egress options are all in here. So it's very likely that if you're doing just the base exit-only device, you're only going to get into half of the installation instructions. And that's handy because all the data is there should you need to refer on other options that may be available. That's all there for your review. Now there's a link below this video to several documents actually, and the one that you'll be able to use to review all of the different trims will be is going to be called the product brochure. And in the product brochure you will see all of the different cylinder, pull, escutcheon, thumb piece, as a matter of fact, which of course you'll be doing on a not uncommonly that you'll see on pairs of doors. Pull handles and cylinders only. You can get into functions of those trims as well, whether it's going to act like a passage or a night latch like a storeroom or a classroom type function, a variety of different keyways and cylinder types that can be fit into those exterior trims. The product brochure will also show you specialty strikes that will apply across the 9000 series. Of course, the standard strike is just going to be this heavy rim mounted version, an integrated, I should say an included shim should you need to pad that off. Very heavy strike. Of course, screw pack for machining, machine bolts to put everything together. A heavy duty bracket for the end. And then of course the trim plate that will go onto the end of that device. One thing that I like about the end cap is that it's tapered so that from your perspective, as you are approaching the door, let's say open at 90 degrees, you're presented with this tapered sort of design, and that's nice to be able to have a tapered design presented to you. It'll look like that in plan view when the doors open at 90 degrees, of course. Now the one thing that I don't like about this device is that in that same sort of scenario, you're presented with this inside sort of corner, so that if the delivery driver is coming in with a cart and he catches that, I would prefer if that was the opposite direction so that it would serve to push the bar back. It's tapered up here in the front. I just wish that we had this sort of taper back here as well. I'm not aware of the logic for having it this way. I would prefer if it was tapered the opposite way to give less opportunity for something to catch the end of that bar and damage it, causing potential for a failure of the device. So that'd be the one item that I don't appreciate of the Dorma design. The rest of the product brochure will give you an overview of the entire 9000 series, a la heavy-duty grade 1 device for all of the different applications we discussed earlier. There's also a link below this video to a document called cut sheet. And a cut sheet is, quite frankly, it's a parts drawing is what it should be titled. It will give you the ability to review all of the constituent pieces that come with it. And when you look at what we currently call cut sheet, there's not a lot of parts to this. A very simple sort of device that is primarily assembled once you get it. You just have to drill some screws and put the head case on and then bolt it onto the door and you're done. There's also a technical drawing document that's there. Not a lot being said about that except an overall height of the head case, the width, etc. Not much to take note of there. Templates are there as well for your installation instructions. Really just an exit-only device is what's listed there. And then finally an architectural submittal, which is a very consolidated, neat and petite footprint of what the device is, which would be very handy if you were an architect or an end user or whomever that wanted or needed to specify, here's what I want. You can lift it right from that document as well. Now finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Dorma products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I would urge you to familiarize yourself with Dorma. They are very much in the area of panic devices, of exit devices, lock sets, door closers, a very complete supplier of material. And then a variety of specialty items like overhead concealed closers. They do a great job with floor closers, their BTS series material. Their mortise locks are very good quality locks. Their cylindrical grade 1 lever locks are very nice as well. Their door closers are phenomenal. And then of course the name Dorma is involved in a variety of additional products that are really not incorporated into what a traditional American distributor like we would be allotted to, meaning they get into a lot of glass hardware, a lot of specialty door closers that are for the European market or outside the United States. So you'll bump into the Dorma name in areas in addition to what you might or what might have caused you to find this video. If you have any questions on the Dorma 9300 series, this being an F device, exit device, or any other 9000 series exit device from Dorma, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.